Going to show the Alfa Romeo some love today. Just going to rotate the front tires left to right, and more importantly, those beautiful Brembo brakes are matte. The clear is gone, so not going to repaint them because I don't want to have to redo the logos, but we're going to re-clear them. So we'll give them a good clean up and paint them and get them shiny and like new. So let's get started. Look at the Someone's angry they're not getting attention today. With the wheel off, you get a good look at it. So you can see the clear peeling a little bit here and there. So we're just going to use, this plastic trim tool, kind of remove anything you can see peeling. So I don't want to really get stuck in it with the sandpaper because it'll be a full respray then. And on this car, I don't think it's really worth it. But yeah, they are good looking brakes. They'll look a lot better once they're that deep red. So how do I know they're going to come up well? Well, if you wet your finger and put it on there, you can see it's going to be a nice glossy red again. So I got the bulk of it scraped off and most of the edges cleaned up here. So that's going to be good enough for us, I think. I'm not going to tape off too much. Like I said, I'm probably just going to replace these rotors in probably in a few minutes anyway. So we're going to give it a good clean. I got a oiled catch drain pan underneath it so I don't get stuff all over my floor. Not that it's nice, but don't want any more marks on it. And we'll get it spraying down with the brake cleaner. And it's not getting as clean as I want it to be, so I'm going to give it a hit with the wheel cleaner, which does a good job on the brake dust. Stinks out. Let's see if that clears it off. Let that sit for a few minutes and we'll give it a wipe down. And that just with one little pass got it a lot cleaner than that brake cleaner did. So we'll still have to go over it with some wax and grease remover and give it another couple wipes with some of the wheel cleaner. Give it another soak here. You can see it just pouring out of the inside. You can see how red it is there with the liquid on it. So it'll be nice and shiny once we get that fresh coat of clear on here. Okay, have a look at that. It's not 100%, but it is a lot better than it was. So we'll just let that, it's all pretty dry now, which is good. Now we'll hit it with the brake cleaner. That's still going to be coming out of some spots like there. a new rag and give that a wipe down again. I've taped over, well, the pads, I suppose, and a bit of the hardware, just in the top of the bleed nipple. There is a bleed nipple on the other side, but of course I'm not painting the other side. And now that I've got my grubby hands off it, give it a wipe down with some wax and grease remover, just to, in case we missed anything. Trying not to rub the Brembo writing on the front too much. Okay, let that dry for a sec. It's pretty warm today, so it'll dry quickly. Choke up our paint. Just using a Rust-Oleum clear. It's a UV one. It's not supposed to yellow, but here we go. So we just go for a nice light coat to kind of get it to tack up. Don't want the first coat running. Like I said, if you're not redoing your brakes, definitely cover them up because you don't want them covered in paint. Okay, that looks, try to get a bit more down below. And we'll just leave it at that, and we're going to come back. What's the cure time in this between coats? I think it's about 15 minutes. Two to three coats, a few minutes apart. So we'll just do a couple, leave it for a few minutes, and we'll go a little bit heavier with the second coat. Okay, first coat went on pretty well. It's looking nice and shiny now. So we're gonna go with a little bit heavier with the second coat. Careful not to run with the clear, but basically we just let it dry enough time for us to get the other wheel off the other side to get started there. So little bits. If it starts to run, we just give it a little bit of a light blast to kind of disperse it a bit. All right. Ooh, got a little bit of a run there happening. Okay, we'll just leave that for now. We'll come back to it in a few minutes, but that was a little bit heavier with that coat, and what a difference it makes. Gives that nice wet look. Paint a little bit more on the side here. There we go. I think we'll let that sit, and other than that horrible, that's probably a bit of a big run. Not too bad. I wonder if I gave it a quick little wipe with the microfiber, and it's smoothed out now. Now it's still got to dry, so it'll be a bit smoother than that in a second. But that looks good. I think we're done here. So we'll continue on with the other side, and then we'll get to changing these rotors. The new rotors and pads certainly help with the look. Of course, had a little bit of fade on there, but they look soaking wet, but they're not. They are dry and they are clear coated. And are they like new? No, but are they like a car for a car on a 2012 model? They're looking really nice. So fresh brakes up front, and those calipers nicely just re-cleared.